A lot of people, when I talk to them about Solavei, I hear this more than anything else. Ryan, I'm just too busy. I just don't have the time. Or, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to fully commit and be all in. Really, in a lot of ways, those are not very accurate statements. I want to give you a couple of examples to maybe just help some of you who've said that or have thought that to maybe reconsider. Because maybe you hadn't thought it from this perspective. I have a good friend of mine in Oklahoma City, and he does well financially. He's a professional and is extremely busy. I mean, that really is a true statement. He's a physician and has a young family and all those things. But it was hard just to nail him down, honestly, to even talk to him about it. So he got involved, and outside of his wife, he has now only enrolled 2 people. But the cool thing is that the one that he enrolled first outside of his wife, so he has completed 1 trio, he and his wife have enrolled like 12 people personally. They got their fab. Well, those are all personal network trios, so the doctor gets compensated on that. And then they have people under them starting to add people. So in just a little over a month, this doctor friend of mine, who's extremely busy, who basically has no time at this point to work Solavei, already has 30 people in his team and is basically starting next month going to be earning $130 a month. So now him and his wife's cell phone account is free. Now that may not seem like a lot to a physician. Most of you might go, well, he don't really need that or it don't matter. Look, folks, it's still a free cell phone. And what does he have to do for it? Not a whole lot. He just switched his service. Well, what happens if he happens to just come across another person like that in the next few months? I mean, we just signed one up today. Or what happens if he comes across someone like me who wants to do this on a professional level full time? Well, guess what, guys? That's happening in our network as well. I can give you another example of of someone in our network who's doing very well, making 6 figures, has their own business, already successful, and just for whatever reason doesn't have a lot of time right now to put into Solavei. But they've shared when they can, they do what they can, they don't ever feel any pressure, they just do, switch their cell phone service, it saved them money, tell some people about it, but they landed someone in their network who's doing it now on a professional level, full-time, and over the last several months has built the largest organization of anyone in our team. So I really want to appeal to some of you that I think there's 2 types of people that say, I don't have time, or they say that, well, I'm going to be all in. It's either the really successful, truly busy business person who really, honest to God, doesn't have time, okay? I want to appeal to you. And the way I want to appeal to you is that you don't have to invest the time. But just by aligning yourself, using your influence, the credibility that you have, and the network, that if you were to put it out there to everyone you know through Facebook, your blog, Twitter, whatever it may be, that you are now with Solavei, there would be people starting to sign up left and right. And why not just be honest and upfront with them and say, hey, I don't have the time. Get with my business partner, Ryan, or get with my business partner, whoever that sponsor may be, and his leader, Ryan. And we will direct them and facilitate them and help them get access, because your credibility, your influence could cause you to find people by you just putting it out there. You might have 3 of me on your team, just like that. And guess what? If you had 3 of me, yeah, you'd be making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. So don't let that be a reason to not get involved. Then the other type of person is the person that maybe just doesn't believe in themselves, or is in kind of a broke, poverty, middle class mentality, and doesn't think they can do it, and they just kind of always use the excuse, I don't have time. Listen, folks, if that's where you're at, no condemnation, no judgment, don't feel bad. I get it. I've been there. But it's just a cell phone plan. So give yourself a chance. Go ahead and get enrolled. Figure out a way to switch over, even if it's just 1 line at first, and get yourself involved. And then just start putting it out there. If nothing else, post it on your Facebook, post it on your Twitter account, whatever. Start out slow. Don't do a whole lot. Maybe you don't have a lot of time. Maybe you don't think you have a lot of time. Let your belief build. Because if you're like another person I'm thinking of in our network, that was kind of their attitude, but we got them involved, and then that person, boom, landed someone who landed someone who landed someone, and now that person has over 100 people in their network. I'm telling you, it only happens if you let it happen, and the only way to let it happen is you got to say yes. So come on, let's remove that barrier of I don't have time, because it doesn't matter if you don't have time. This doesn't require that, especially if you're a person of influence, you have a network, and you have the ability to spread the word quickly to a lot of people. And then just be upfront and honest with them and tell them, hey, I don't have time to mess with it, but you can get connected to these guys and they can run with it. You'll have a whole network full of people who want to take ownership and run with it, which is the whole idea and design behind this thing anyway. And then the rest of you, give yourself a chance. You don't have to stay where you're at. And if your belief level isn't where it needs to be and you don't feel like you can go out and really talk about this, take step one. Get your cell phone switched over to Solavei, pay $49 a month, start slowly, type behind a computer, put it out there, and let's see what happens, okay? Hey, guys, I hope this helps, but no more I don't have time, no more time stopping me, because we always make things happen when we know there's value. When price and time is only an issue in the absence of value. There's value here, big time, okay? All right, have a great night.